morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How's everybody? Good. All right. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Andre. My business is called Dog and Good Training Grounds. I'm actually a professional dog trainer and business owner. I'm actually 24. I've actually been in the training business now for 5 years. I've actually been doing it since I was 18. Just a little bit about my business, of how I acquired my business of Dog and Good Training Grounds. Just a little opening thing, Dog and Training Grounds actually do have some people wonder why humans should be in my training facility. Well, the reason is because I'm very educated and I'm very well knowledge and I'm very good with the skills that I have. Since I've been doing it for a while, I actually started the Dog and Good Training Grounds January 1st of this year. I actually just got it started really. I got certified as a training instructor from Petco in Seaford. I was there for a whole 2 years. I actually do travel to all of my clientele. I actually go to Philadelphia on a weekly basis, travel to Salisbury twice a week. I'm here in Delaware as well. This is where I'm actually located. So I'm actually going to different states to my clientele. I tell my clients that I do travel to them, make it more easier to train in their homes where the dogs are more adaptable in their home, in their own environment. However, some people prefer to bring them to a training facility to either drop them off for a certain amount of time or just to bring them to that way they can be around other dogs as well. But I actually come to your home, train in your home, so that way the dog is more comfortable, that way you're comfortable, and that way I can actually see how the dog reacts and behaves within the household and whatever your problem is at the specific point in time. Yes, I talked to, forgot her name, Miss Evie, and told her I was going to bring my demo dog. However, I didn't get a chance to bring him. I had some things come up. So I was going to bring him. I promise I will bring him when I come back. I was going to bring him and show you guys actually a couple of things that he does. He's actually a service dog as well. He is state certified. He is still in the process of being trained as well. He actually is trained completely. I trained him completely in German, so he's not trained in English at all. This is just my mission statement, really. Yeah, he's trained in German. A couple of my other clientele, they're not trained in English as well. Most of them are trained in other languages besides English. I feel as though as a trainer, that for me, I don't really want anyone knowing what I'm saying to my dog, just in case I had to release him to do something. Or the reason is because you can confuse the two. If you're training in English and you're trying to teach your dog, another dog, something else, and you have similar commands, and your dog gets up out of the command when another person says something. So I try to use the simple fact that since I know a few languages, I can train your dog in a different language or just train mine in totally a couple of different languages. My male, like I said, he's straight German. My female, however, she's German, Dutch, and French. She's also trained in English. So my female's trained in more languages than my male for right now. And that's for a reason. My female actually is, I'm actually learning more about shutdown training, which is the protection side. So my female is protection trained. She's not all the way there, but she's there. So her commands for being very protected and either protecting my home or whatever else the case may be, if I feel threatened, all of her things is in Dutch. So really nobody knows that except myself and those that are close around me. Mission statement is basically to implement training tools to correct your canine's learning ability and to be able to showcase the well-mannered canine. I use different kind of training tools, which I will show you in just a second. I actually do clicker training, which is the same thing as marker training. It's actually a little tool that you use to make a noise to get the dog's attention to perform a specific command that they're doing something correctly. Another training tool, I use something called a prong collar. Some people call it a pinch collar. Some people call them death collars because that's what they look like. So I will show you what that looks like as well. That's a prong collar. What this end over here. It has prongs on it. However, some people think they're embedded in the neck. They're not. It sits on the neck. It just has to fit properly, and you have to use it correctly because you really can kill your dog if you don't use it properly, or you can hurt them if you don't use it properly. Because what it does is it corrects. When it corrects, it pinches the main nerve in the up here in the throat. And those are flickers. There's different kinds of flickers. There's a different kind of variety. You have the ones that you can actually aim with your hand, or you have the ones you just sit in your hand, just like this remote control, and you just click it as long as the dog is on the proper command and treat as well. I also do positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is treats. It's called lure and reward. So the dog is to go into a sit. You'll see that in a video that I'll show you on here as well. These are some commands that I do teach, from name game all the way down to 08. My male, he's trained in all of these commands actually, and my female is all of these plus additional 10 more. This is my male right here. This is ASAP. That's him as well. Again, this is my Philadelphia client. That's Alizé, the puppy up there. This is another client in Salisbury. Her name is Megan. Her dog is Micah, a Minfin. This is one of my other dogs that I do have. His name is Ging. Actually got him from a breeder who abused him. So he's actually still in the process of learning. He's very shy. He's not used to walking on a leash. And this is another Salisbury client. I'm actually doing service dog training with him. He has his father's in a wheelchair. He's been in a wheelchair now for 4.5 years. They told him that his dad would be able to walk again after 2 years, and his dad still hasn't walked yet. However, he wants to do service dog training with his 8-month-old American Bully, sorry. And so that's what we're working on. He's actually able to right now pick things up for him. He's able to activate light switches, something my female could do. And he's also able to pull him in the wheelchair for right now. We're working on for him to open refrigerator doors, open different kinds of doors with different handles. We're in a mall actually over here and over here. We're both in a mall. This here is a video of one technique that I do that I wanted to show you guys.
slideshow for it to actually work?
You have the original video? That's in there.
Sorry? Yeah, absolutely.
This is my puppy, this is my dog's son. This is actually my business page. Video. There we go. This is the sit-down sit technique that I am teaching. Sit. Come on. This is actually her first. This is actually her first class. Sit. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Almost there. And this is the positive reinforcement with the Lord reward with the treats. Good. Good girl. Good girl.
Le digo que le cocina el pollasito se lo tiene chiquito.
They do. Yeah. Back to sit. Good. That's just the sit-down sit technique. However, this is my business page that I use on Facebook to reach out to my clientele. And this is where I post all my clients of either them with their dogs or videos of what we do for the day, just to get it, I get my business out there. I use different dogs because I have a lot of dogs literally that I do use. I have 15 to use, so I try to use everybody as much as possible. However, I use my main two, which is ASAP, and my female, which is actually this girl right here. I use her as well. I can show you.
I'm going to respect the time because I see the.
Okay, gotcha. This is my female, actually. She's actually training, like I said, she's training French. I just told her to do everything still. And I never do a long down
This is the perfect long down set. See how long that they can stay with them. And if you can do that, really as far as possible without them getting up, it's perfect. And it shows how much distance you can put in between. Here.
I released her. That's a long step. Anybody have any questions?
When do you use treats for positive reinforcement?
Yes, sir.
Is not coming time where you have to wean the dog away from that?
Yes, sir.
And how do you do that?
I wean after they learn the command. I give the owner, I meet with my client once a week for an hour. The reason I do that is because if I meet with you on a Monday, I expect you Tuesday to Sunday to work with your dog for 5 to 10 minutes a day. And when I come back on Monday, if I see there's progression within you doing it with the treat and then doing it without the treat, then I will move on and I will take that treat away from that specific command. I only introduce treats when I introduce a new command or a new language. My dogs, they don't do treats at all because I just don't like them. But with my clients, I actually do treats because most dogs' attention sometimes aren't treats, sometimes it's toys. It just depends on what kind of dog you have. Is your dog going to be more reactive to a treat, or is it going to be more reactive to a toy? Sometimes they're not reactive to either or. Sometimes they reactive to praise, a rub on the head, rub on the back, letting them licking your face and stuff like that. But it just depends on however your dog reacts to a command and however you correct the dog and however you reward and praise the dog. Yes, sir.
What's your biggest challenge? What are you looking for to change with the company? Are you happy with how it is? Do you want to grow?
I'm actually in the process. I'm getting a little happy because I'm starting to grow a little more, starting to get out there just a little more. But my biggest challenge right now is actually marketing myself, getting out there, getting to more events, and right now I do have where I will be a vendor on June 12th for one of the workers of the church that I go to. She has a transitional home, so she's actually going to quarter auction. So I'm actually going to be a vendor there. However, I just trying to make sure that I push myself out to as many events as possible.
Or are you looking to have like your own facility, or you just want to stay a one-person show?
I'm actually I'm in the process of trying to get a facility. And I actually want to really franchise my business out. I've actually had two trainers, a trainer in Virginia and a trainer in Florida, actually contact me. We used to train together. And they actually wanted to train with me and work underneath of me. However, they're in two different states. So they actually want to get a building with my name and logo on it and all of that and really go for it with their own, their demo dog and their clientele. They just want to work underneath of me. So
outside of Facebook, do you have like a website or different social media applications?
Right now it's just Facebook. I'm actually in the process of trying to build up my website. Something I'm in process of doing. It's just that throughout the week, I'm literally busy and literally booked throughout the entire week because I focus on my business full time. So I'm actually going on the go constantly. Sometimes I'm training over an hour and not paying attention to time because the simple fact is I'm so into the dog and I'm so into my client, make sure that everything is getting done, make sure everything is getting taught the first day or the second day, or by the time their course is over. Most of my clients right now are either doing an 8-week course or they're doing a 12-week course. It just depends on the time frame they want done and what they specifically want done. Yes, ma'am.
How much of your time is actually spent training versus traveling to train?
I train with my dog literally every day, as much as possible. I travel to Salisbury on Tuesdays and Thursdays. When I do travel, on Thursdays I meet with 7 people, and on Tuesdays I meet with 2. And then on Sundays I travel to Philadelphia. I have 3 people in Philadelphia. And so on Mondays and Wednesdays and Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is specifically just for my dogs with their learning capability, getting them more into what they have to learn, what they need.
So when you say your dogs, you don't mean other clients' dogs?
My dogs specifically on Wednesdays and Fridays and Mondays. It's my dog specifically. But Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday right now are my clientele's dogs. I don't train on Saturdays at all. I'm in church on Saturdays, so I don't train my dog on Saturdays. Okay. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
What's your pricing structure?
Well, with that being said, I've actually been watching other people's pricing from like PetSmart, Petco, being that I used to work at Petco, and it's crazy because I used to work at PetSmart as well. So I know how both of their training things are. A lot of their pricing really starts for 6 weeks, $119. However, since that I travel, I actually do an 8-week course, which typically most people don't do because sometimes they need that extensive training. So my 8-week course really is $140, and in 12 weeks I do $175.
Can you tell me more about your logo, what the idea was behind it?
That's it's a dog really with boxing gloves on. The reason I use him as a logo, use that as a logo is because it's some fact I call my business a training grounds. So it's just like, you know, he's ready to box, ready to fight, ready to give his all to train really. So that's why I picked that logo. Plus I just like red gloves just stood out to me. So I really like him. Plus it's a pit bull. I do work with a lot of pit bulls since they have a vet rep. So pit bulls are actually one of my favorite breeds, but I do train all breeds. It's just that pit bulls really, even though they get a vet rep and they're more so in the humane societies that you can see, or in kill shelters really, I actually like giving them a lot of attention. That way they can become adoptable. That way they can be in homes and shown that it's not all breeds that will really attack people. Any dog can bite, they all have teeth. So that's what I look for.
So, I don't know if I'm going into territory we should, but I'm gonna put it out there. It's like, not even, here we go, stepping off the edge again. So your Facebook page is the only advertisement, is the only marketing that you do.
Right.
It's the only way you put yourself out there. Have you thought about giving it more of a business look? You know, we saw you training the pup, and that's great, but you're on the floor of a living room of some sort, you have the TV going off, and interest rates are low, apply now. You know, do you see what I'm saying? If I have a dog, I have a child with a disability, we had a dog, you know, service dog, that may not be my first stop.
Right.
You know, your image, I guess, is where I'm going, that may be a good site or a good source of advertising. Come on, marketing people, you know, that's not me. That may be a wonderful marketing tool for someone who wants to train. And again, you touched on it from your logo. If I saw that logo and I saw I'm not a Facebook page person either, but the picture on the Facebook, what is that? The black, the dog. Come on, guys, what's
Logo?
no, the Facebook, the photo, whatever.
Cover page.
The cover page? The cover page, yeah. Immediately, I'm thinking, he's not training the dog that I want. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah, no, you're right.
That's where I was kind of going with the logo thing. The perception when you just look at it, plus your business name, I really thought without you saying anything and without going further, and I don't know if I would have gone further necessarily just seeing that logo and that thing, I really thought maybe you did pit bull rehabilitation, like after they, you know, were trained to fight, you got them back on the good side. Just between that logo and that, like if you want to consider a tagline or something that explains more, because once you explained it, it did make sense, but when people are just glancing at that real quick, between that and all of the pictures of just not one breed, but one type of dog on their Facebook page, I think they're really narrowing down the people that may come to you, may want to focus on, you know, just a couple mom and pop stories, even or testimonials of people holding, you know, puppies that are different breeds. So people get the idea that that's not all you do, that is one of your passions, but you can do more.
First off, your strengths, you are very credible. And I don't think that is portrayed on anything as far as your Facebook. Put that out there, that you have experience, that you are certified, because, you know, all of our pets are an extension of our family members. So we want to make sure that they're going to the absolute best place. So for them to get to know you on a whole other level, it's gonna satisfy that comfort. As far as the branding and everything that you have going on, I think you've got a really good start, but I really think you need to cater to who is your ideal client. Clearly mostly everyone has a dog, but who is your ideal client?
Right now, my most ideal clients are those that what I hear all the time is those that are desperate need, but majority of dogs that have the behavior issue. Those are my main clients, with the barking, the jumping, the biting, the digging, all of those issues, the potty training issues, where people wait 2 or 3 years to finally fix. Those kind of issues are my main clientele focus right now to fix, because with those kind of behaviors, they will ship their dog to literally to the needs.
And are you certified to do service dogs as well? Like, is that a certification?
Yes, it's a certification. Yes.
I would also put that out there as well. I think that's another clientele that you can be reaching out to.
And I do have, get feedback from all of those clientele too that deal with that have kids with autism or those that have physical disabilities. However, my female it does not be with me all the time anymore because she's actually with my grandmother. My grandmother has one leg, so my grandmother, actually, my dog is trained under my grandmother's voice. So she actually does things for my grandmother. However, I don't use her as often like I want to. It's because of the simple fact she's with her, helping her with grabbing her meds and things of that nature. However, my male is more so with me than my female is because of that reason. My male, he's in that same training process. His son is going to be in the same training process.
My last question, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
This is my first time coming, so I'll be
He's getting it all out now.
do you have a business plan? Because you seem like a man with a plan, and it's all in here. It's amazing once you get everything on paper and you hold yourself accountable to those goals and where you want to be in 3 years, 5 years. Do you have a business plan that you kind of work with, or?
I've actually typed up one.
Okay.
I actually need to go back and revise it.
Okay.
Because it's just the past few days, literally, have incorporated a lot more ideas and came up with a lot more ideas just by educating myself more, watching not just other trainers like Caesar, but I've been looking at a lot of YouTube videos with different kinds of dog training and what I need to perfect myself in and improve it. And when I see those things, it comes in my mind and I write it down. And so now I have a whole book, literally, of things that I've written down that I want to incorporate. I have a lot of clientele right now that has started hitting me up just as of yesterday. I had 3 people ask me if I did board and train. It's another thing that a lot of people are interested in, which is taking someone's dog for 6 months and training the dog for 6 months and then taking the dog back to them after the 6 months and reintroducing the dog to them as a well-trained dog and well-mannered dog that you can either showcase in an ABKC show, an AKC show, or a UKC show, or a well-trained dog just because you want a well-trained dog in your household. And that's the majority of the clientele that I have started getting just the last 2 weeks. Yes, sir.
Comment and a question. Since what we do is produce logos and branding and design, I heard a few others talk about this, but I just wanted to kind of give a suggestion as far as, you mentioned the rep of pit bulls is a bad rep.
It's a bad rep.
So what you're wanting to do is show that there's a good side.
Correct.
So just to throw this out there, it's kind of an effective thing, but having boxing gloves is not a positive, it's a negative. So I just want to kind of recommend that when you redo the logo, have it with a very positive spin to it.
Gotcha.
That will reverse that tide per se. It's the difference between having a pit bull with drool or having a cute pit bull with a cute face and all that. That'll reach out. But I have a question.
All right.
The word doggone, I noticed that one place it had dog space gone, and then here it has dog dash gone, and then from what I recall, doggone is like one word. So I'm just kind of curious as to which is it supposed to be like that's doggone funny.
Right.
Which is like the D-O, I think GG, one word.
Right.
Because I noticed the consistency is not there. So I'm just kind of curious about
It's actually supposed to be doggone good.
Okay.
Saying that I'm really, really good at what I do. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be actually all together. But Yes, sir.
This is just a comment. It sounds like you're exceptionally passionate, which is a great thing. Just recall or just keep in mind that some people won't share your passion, so to speak. So when you offer your services, keep it broad. I've always been told that, doctors have a practice, and there are people who come to that practice faithfully, and then there are those who just come when they get a cold. You make your money on everyone. You're going to make the majority of your money on the people that will spend a lot of time with you, but don't alienate the others either.
Correct.
So the person with the little puppy, that's going to be a challenge for you. So
right now it is.
Right.
Because this is her first puppy, so she's having a lot of issues already. So she actually is expecting a lot of help with the puppy.
Right.
And that's what I do with puppies. I more so help them even after their course is over. I'm still helping.
Well, you might want to do some tiered pricing where they buy blocks.
I just actually created tier pricing.
They buy blocks of time from you?
Yep. Actually, they can either do a half hour, hour and a half, 2 hour block that they can.
And you know if you're the expert, so to speak, and you get to the half hour and you tell them, look, you're going to need another hour, they're not going to say no.
Exactly.
They're not going to say no. Well, your dog almost sits, but so I agree with what everybody's saying. You've obviously done you're past the point of proof of concept. You need to open it up and go after everyone. And there's going to be people that you'll be like, wow, you need to spend 2 or 3 more hours with this dog. They're not going to do it, but that's okay. You still take their money.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to get back to the business name for a second.
Okay.
I really thought that you intentionally made it doggone instead of doggone, as like doggone good. Like
That's what I did.
I thought it
with
was
the space.
clever. So
Yeah, that's what I did with the
you said
space, with the
sit
hyphen.
I thought it was really clever. But I was wondering, is that your accurate Facebook link there that says Crazy Training Services?
Where?
Or is that a scale?
Actually, my name was different before I changed it, and I have trying to get that fixed. Actually, it won't let me really change it. I have to wait a certain amount of time, and then I can change it.
Okay.
So I'm actually in the process of waiting.
Make sure you were.
Oh yeah, I'm in the process of trying to get that fixed.
Yeah, that's your only route.
I have 2 more days, and then I can fix it.
As long as you're already on it.
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Yeah. One, have you gotten involved with some local dog rescue? Because I know my son had pit bulls, and the way we found our trainer was to go through the rescue and say, who do you recommend? And they gave us a list of trainers, and we had someone come out to the house, and when they were a year old. And second, your pricing structure, I agree. I paid a whole lot more for having someone come to my home and work with us individually. It was more like $50+ an hour. But like I said, I didn't even know where to start, so we went to the local pit bull rescue and said, hey, can you recommend anybody? And that's where we found somebody.
Right now, I do have business cards at local veterinarian hospitals, actually here in Delaware. There are some shelters that do have my business card. The Newark SPCA has my business cards. And Wacomto County Humane Society has business cards, so they actually do recommend. So I do actually get to get out to more local rescues here in Dover.
Specific, I know that there's a Greyhound rescue in Delaware and several pit bull rescue.
So I definitely want to get out to there.
Well, we're getting kind of short on time, so we're going to wrap this up, Andre. Thanks for coming out today.